Tom Cruise.
I love you.
Glad we finally got that on camera.
Yeah. It fucking works, man.
Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. We've got a very special episode.
Explain to us why it's special.
Well, in anticipation of the episode Sweet D Has a Heart Attack, we started thinking offline. We started thinking and talking about the episode and if we had any ideas on how to spice it up, pepper it up.
Sure.
And the suggestion was made that we all get our blood work done, and that Meg included, and that we have that blood work analyzed
by a professional, not just like a bag of it, not just like a plastic bag of it that you carry around.
Yes.
Remember
Not a
there was
blood
that
bucket.
episode?
Not the blood bucket. And we've discussed that. And then we started getting into the conversation of which doctor to use.
Yeah.
And then once we started, 15 minutes into that conversation, we realized this should be on the pod.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a different idea of what a doctor is, apparently. So, maybe what we should do is we should talk about whose doctor we think we should use, or if we should find, a completely outside fifth party who's who can remain neutral.
But the overall goal, if I'm not mistaken, is to find out who is the most healthiest. Who's more healthier? Wasn't that the goal?
Yeah,
I thought that was the goal.
I was bumping on the grammar.
I did it on purpose.
No, it's more better. I know,
It's
it's
a
more
Mac
better. I know,
reference.
it's more
It says
better.
more better.
More betters.
We should get our eyes checked as well.
Yeah, because
Well, I mean,
He's had some
Perception
depth perception
is an
issues.
issue.
flexibility. I mean, like, what are we talking about? Like, what? That's a
Wow.
good question. Like,
The
so, like,
parameters.
what is health?
What is that?
well, see, but this is
And then how do we get into mental health?
But
How do
this
we
is
get
part of the problem.
into?
But this is part of the problem too, because each doctor is going to have a different view on what numbers look good, right?
Yeah.
A more conventional sort of doctor is going to, use a different standard than, say, someone who, has like more progressive view on health.
Well, here's the thing.
No, different doctors can interpret the information differently.
Should we go to the type of doctor that you would want to deal with your health if you were having a heart attack?
Well,
Like,
you would want
You would want the most conventional.
Okay, you would want a cardiologist. However, I would say a very strict Western medicine cardiologist, right? But at the same time, that's reactive as opposed to looking at overall heart health and projecting forward. Meaning traditionally, and I'll let you speak to this because this is more your bag than anything else, is that Western medicine leans very heavily not into preventative care, but into reactive care. Yep. You come in, you have heart problems. Well, let's just get you on some medication and then you'll be on that for the rest of your life. There's never a question of, what are you eating? Mm-hmm. And that really is kind of true. Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the biggest problems with it. Yeah, for sure. Now, this is why I actually like my doctor, because he is a heart specialist. That's how he started. He was a total Western medicine guy.
Now, I
He's a
noticed
heart
you said
surgeon.
he and him and guy. Now, we're going to say it's important. I think we can all agree on this. We want it to be a man.
Before we land on the doctor, or what the test should be, do we have a prediction for who is the healthiest?
Again, what does it mean? What do we mean by healthiest?
Not sick.
Fair, but I can tell you that I'm in very good cardiovascular shape, but my liver is probably shit.
I think
From
what it
alcohol.
is it's complicated. It's complicated, right? Because, as I was saying, like my doctor, he started out as a total Western medicine guy and still studies. This is a guy who is in his 70s and still continues to like read research papers. Like he reads he even said to me the other day, he's like, I shouldn't have been a doctor. I should have been a professor. I should have been a teacher. Because like he finds the academic side of the medical profession more fascinating than I think actually practicing medicine and applying it.
It's kind of rough. You're like in in an appointment with him and he's questioning whether he wants to be a doctor anymore.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to be here right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
Glenn.
Yeah.
I would have been better at something else. Anyway, take off your
This is not
pants.
really my forte.
I had the
anyway.
opposite reaction. I was like, that's amazing. Because like this is a guy who literally, because like, that's the thing with doctors. Like sometimes I feel like at a certain point, they're not up on the most recent research. They're still going on like what they learned in medical school 30 years ago. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about this guy is that he's not doing that. He's looking for all the most recent evidence and research-based stuff about what it is to be healthy and how to get there.
Because I can tell you that my general physician is exceptionally Western medicine. And he does the same thing, except what is the data, like what's the data set that your guy is using? What my guy is using is clinical trials and
Yeah, exactly. Well, so my guy, he specializes.
My guy.
Like his whole thing is like, I mean, the most recent thing I think, as I understand it, and I'm going to botch this, but like, is that what we're discovering is that, the whole like trying to live a longer life, right? Dealing with like human longevity is not just about, not wanting to die. It's the implication that if you are living longer, you are by definition more disease free, because you can't live longer if you've got disease, if you're riddled with disease or you have diseases that are going to cause you to age. And disease is what causes you to age. Your things start to break down. They stop working as well as they, So that's what he specializes in is essentially trying to keep your body as youthful and young as possible. Not for aesthetic purposes, but for the purpose of living longer and more disease free.
Don't all doctors try to keep you disease free? Isn't that the thing?
No,
I don't
so
think
that's
so.
what Rob was talking about.
I
They
think
don't.
They react to when you get a disease.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's trying to get out ahead of saying, hey, before you get a disease, I think you should do this. So
Yes.
what is his approach with you?
Once a year, I go in. I get gobs of blood taken, urine, feces, saliva, whatever he needs to do.
He's trying to get the big picture.
Yeah, he wants to test my, my vitamin and mineral levels. He's testing my hormone levels. He's testing my, there's certain, markers that exist for whether you're aging, whether you're your biological, whether you are your biological age internally, or if you're older or younger,
That would
telomeres.
be a good test.
That's a good
Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
This is how old you are. This is how old you really are.
Yeah.
And this is how old you look.
But what's the legitimacy of that test, though? That's the question. How much of it is?
Well, for the purposes of the podcast, it is 100% ironclad legitimate.
Yeah, but it could be, or it could be. There's a lot of kind of
I can tell.
pseudoscience in this
I think
town
that's fair.
floating around.
Sure.
I think that's fair.
It's hard to know. It's
Yeah.
But again, I think
let me
that's
give
what-
you this $500 age test too, and then we'll check.
Yeah,
we'll
we
look at
have
these
to-
Probably
numbers.
more accurate than like the Zoltar machine on the boardwalk that you put like coin into.
See, I
but
found
less
that guy to be
than-
surprisingly accurate.
yeah. That guy was spot on.
Well, it could be the difference.
You have nailed me to a T, my friend.
It's that the difference between. Oh, I think we have to figure out then we have to agree on what the markers would be. It would be the difference between, say, the SATs or an IQ test, right? Where like we're finding more and more often that any kind of standardized testing is just so subjective and so like based on
A
culture
certain
and
style of learning.
A certain style, yeah.
and also based on environment and understanding, what you're whereas intelligence testing is like basically about processing. It's less, as I understand it, it's less based on subjective criteria.
Haven't they now, look, because it used to be thought that you could not increase your IQ, and haven't they recently learned that that's actually not true? You can actually improve upon your IQ?
Don't know.
I suppose if it's just a test with a score, theoretically, why couldn't you approve upon that?
Because as
I think I just said approve, which means I would do very poorly on it.
we don't know enough
Why
about
can't you approve
intelligence to
upon
dispute
that?
it.
Yeah.
How do we approve upon this?
How do I approve upon this?
How do I make...
Well, there's the doctor that you have to pick to analyze the results, but also we could talk about what kind of phlebotomist do you like, meaning the person who's actually taking the blood. What style did you like of that? Because I have a real needle phobia, and I've had a nurse one time think that it would be like better for me if they say I'm going to do it on the count of 3 and then do it on 1. I don't like that.
You don't like that move.
I don't like that move. We're building trust here. You've got a needle you're about to stick in my body.
I think the style of phlebotomist is probably easy for all of us because it's pretty standard, which is skinny waist, big tits.
Oh yeah, skinny big tits.
Skinny big tits, right?
Yeah, the only
Isn't that what we? Isn't that what was the? Wasn't that the only acceptable
body type.
Female
Body type. Yeah. Skinny big tits.
Yeah.
And that's what you want in a nurse, you know.
That's what you wanted a nurse.
Yeah, and then the assumption is there that she can actually do her job, but that's neither here nor there.
Well,
Because they can all do their job.
Yeah, she went to nursing school.
Yeah, she went to nursing school. She did the whole thing, but she also,
It's Los Angeles. I bet I can find that for you.
Oh yeah, we can find. Of course.
Have you ever seen those billboards that are for medical marijuana doctors? Now they don't have them anymore because it's legal in LA. But there was one for a while that had just like a really pretty woman on it, and it would say "actual doctor." Like that was part of the selling. Was like not only will you get a weed prescription, but a hot lady is going to give it to you. She's a doctor.
but don't worry.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can believe it, this person.
If you can believe this.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun to do it in a way that it's not going to be too vague, right? To get some
that's
kind
what
of
I'm saying. Like we have to agree on whatever that is, and then it's ironclad.
Well, we could excise some of the more controversial, elements of it, right? Some of the stuff that's a little bit newer and less time tested. You know what I mean? We could remove some of those things, and kind of stick with the things that we are pretty provably correct. Although science, as we have established, is a liar sometimes.
Should it be relative to our age? Meaning, because Meg and I are significantly younger than you guys, if we were to compare, I think to compare our numbers to theirs because they're in a different age.
It's
bracket.
also
You know what? I have to say, like, I was thinking about this and getting just a little bit of anxiety because this is a contest that I want to win.
Yes,
Exactly. And there's a number of reasons for that, but the main reason isn't because I want to beat you guys or anything like that. It's that I have poured so much time and energy into being as healthy as I possibly can.
If you don't win,
that's going to wreck me.
That's going to wreck. That's going to shatter you
But the thing
to
that
core.
fucks me up is that over the course of this summer, basically for the last like 2 or 3 months, I have purposely, I've gotten so tired of eating super healthy that I've just kind of gone, well, what if I just kind of do a little bit more of just eating whatever I want? So for the last like 2 or 3 months, I've been eating somewhat healthy, but kind of eating whatever the fuck I want. Like
enjoying your life a little bit more.
Enjoying my life a little bit more and not being so.
Where does that go into the health?
Yeah.
Well,
balance,
so that's my concern. I feel like that's going to fuck with my numbers. And I'm like, I just spent the last
I don't
10
think it
years.
is.
Though.
I don't think it is.
Maybe not.
What if it doesn't, and then you find out that you
Yes.
could have been eating that way the whole time and it wouldn't have affected
Well,
you?
or that it's only because it's only been going on for 2 or 3
Yeah,
months.
yeah. There's a balance. I mean, there's no arguing that if you only ate fried food and soda
Yeah, and I'm not
for
doing
3 meals a day for your entire life, you want to be in good health.
Right.
But there's probably something like if you're depriving your body of a certain amount of whatever, I don't know, enjoyment, sugar, whatever it is, that you might be unhealthy in a different way. It's hard to know.
What do you want to win the most? Cholesterol, testosterone? What would be the thing you'd be
I know
most
for a
excited
fact that
about?
I had a drop in my testosterone, and my doctor was like,
yeah, we're old. We're old
You're in
men.
your 40s.
Yeah. And my doctor was like, this is fine as long as you're still functioning and everything's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
Go about your business. And so I've done nothing to
Has
get it
that
up.
corresponded with any change in like your? Do you feel that hormone
I feel
drop?
no difference.
Oh, really?
No?
No.
It's great because it's so gradual. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. Yeah, you don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Or you had so much to spare that it's like.
Yeah, that might
Yeah.
be it too. Yeah.
Right.
So manly.
You used to be so manly, and now you're just
now
regular
I'm just
manly.
A little bit
now you're
kinda
just
like
very manly.
Chill.
Well, I've enhanced myself just through my diet and my vitamin intake, right? So there's that, but that's part of it, right? It's like, what have I been doing to get those numbers where I want those numbers to be, where my doctor wants those numbers to be? So
But
I think that's fair
okay.
play. I think that's fair play.
Of course, because that's the state of your body as it stands right now. It doesn't matter. Or if we do this in 3 weeks, everybody has the opportunity to clean up for 3 weeks if they really want to, or a
I'm
month.
thinking about it. I'm considering
Yeah,
it.
and maybe it's a good motivator.
But I feel like that's not what we should. I don't think that should
No,
be.
we should just be
I think we
living our
should-
normal lives.
Yes, I think we should go about our
Yeah,
business
go
the
back-
way we normally would.
Do what you're doing.
Do your normal healthy shit, but also do your normal unhealthy shit, and
Yeah.
let's see where the
I mean, I wonder if it's just as simple as like, let's just take a standard blood test and start with that. And what do those numbers mean? Where are we at?
But again, like the interpretation of those numbers, right? Because I've gotten some of those blood tests back, and my doctor's like, okay, we used to think, and the conventional way of thinking is that this is where you want to be. But what we're now learning is that you actually want to be closer to this. There have been specific moments when I'm going through my blood tests with my doctor where he's like, don't worry about, this is a little high, but don't worry about that because we're discovering that doesn't really matter. It's maybe certain cholesterol markers.
And does he prescribe you like sound baths to get rid of it, or like what's his prescriptive?
Yeah.
Well,
So his whole thing,
Slap in the face right there,
Yeah, it was a slap. Again, I'm not going to.
That was dig.
Hey, but you know what? Here's what, when somebody goes slap, I turn,
Just
roll with
it.
I roll with it. I'm like a blade of grass, I'm blowing in the wind. I sway, but I don't break. I don't snap. I'm a blade of grass, baby. I'm known for that.
It's all the sound baths.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's all the sound baths.
It's all the sound bathing.
I think it's a sound bath. Sound bath is awesome. Have you ever tried it?
I have.
No, I actually
They're
have.
pretty
I've
sweet.
never
Oh
done
my
that.
God.
Oh, look, all three of us haven't. You
awesome.
haven't.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
guess see,
It's pretty cool.
It's
They
delightful.
just play these bowls. They like
Yeah.
they
It's just like a
rub this thing
meditation.
around the rim of a bowl, and it just makes this tone. And you
That
can just,
sounds
feel
lovely,
it go
but
through
hand
all
me
your-
a hand. Just give me a handful of pills. You know what I mean? And I'll swallow
Yeah,
them
yeah,
all
yeah.
in
But
one
that's
gulp. I don't give a-
interesting that you're more into the
But they're
Vitamin-
not, they're not pharmaceuticals.
They're not pharmaceutical.
Oh,
pills.
oh.
No,
It's
they're
vitamins.
plant
Just
based.
very
I see.
They're all
plant-based.
Okay. That makes sense
best
then.
versions
That tracks.
of the vitamins.
How far? Okay, how about this? Are we what are we going to do things like eyesight and hearing? Are we checking to see who the superior human is? Is my question.
Well,
I'm like, my hearing is
tough to
terrible.
define.
My hearing is, but I have very good eyesight,
My eyes are going.
and your eyes are going.
My ears are
Your ears are great.
great. Yeah.
And what's more important? Would you rather be able to see or hear?
Now, I
have
don't
those
get
responses.
sleepy, the way you're sleepy a lot.
Yeah.
But shit hurts,
You don't get, but there's, for me, it's really that afternoon dip. That's when it really gets me. But
I don't get that. But
you don't get that.
No,
Oh,
I have
that's great.
pretty
man.
good energy all day. But
God
I'm
bless.
in
Fuck
pain.
you, man.
Tight.
Yeah, shit.
Flexibility.
Oh,
That would
bad.
That's going to be rough for all of us.
That's going to be rough for all of us.
That's going to be rough for all of us. That's
Because you
something
can
actually,
get lower.
not anymore.
You
I
can get
can't.
lower. You could probably get lower than all
yeah,
of
who can
us.
do this?
Meg, you're probably the
we
most,
could find out how low we
you
can
have
go
the
right now.
Stretch splits. I got
That's
that.
something we can do right now.
I can't go low, but I happen to know I have impingements on my hips.
So it seems a little unfair.
So it's like it's going to.
Is that going to hurt?
Well,
is that
it's
bad
not
for you to try to
necessarily
go?
unfair. That's just where his body is.
I know, but is it going to hurt you to try it?
No.
Okay, so we
'Cause
should
my body will
should we see how
stop
low we
where
can
it
get?
Yeah,
starts
let's see how low we can go. Now, this is cold.
This is
Now,
going
you're
This is
in-
dangerous.
Now you're in
Stretch out.
shorts. So,
I'm in shorts, which allows for more free
and I'm
flowing.
By the way, that's as wide as it's getting until it starts to.
But you got to, you got to factor in your body weight can push you down a little bit lower.
I've never had a widespread.
You've never had a,
I've never had a widespread either. You definitely are going to be able to
yeah.
get the lowest, I think.
I definitely used to. I would say that used to be true, but I don't.
But that's not a flexibility. That's a skeletal thing.
Say a lot of that is. Yeah, a lot of that's.
What about, okay, how about this? What about just being able to touch your toes?
Oh, I can do that. No problem.
I think I can do
Okay,
that.
there,
yeah.
there you go.
I
That's
think
fine.
I can
but,
do that.
But cold.
Yeah.
So we could all get there in 15 minutes.
Well, let's just try to
I
touch
can
our
just
toes.
touch my toes right now.
Okay.
Let's try to touch our toes.
From a standing position. Oh, Christ.
All right.
Oh, you went down fast.
Can you put your feet together?
Put your feet together. Oh, you're grabbing your toes. You son of a bitch.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Perhaps not on
I
camera.
could do it, but I didn't like it. My hamstrings didn't like it.
No.
And I struck.
But I like shoulder rotation. I get.
Ooh, see, that's
like,
yeah.
yeah,
my
that-
shoulders
on
are
my
fucked.
left side.
Enough room to do this.
No good.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, easy peasy, easy peasy.
My shoulders are just fucked, man.
I don't know if it's. Aren't there different markers for a woman and a man? Aren't there?
There
Like
probably are. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. See, but look how quickly, this is what's amazing about the body is that if you just stretch for 5 minutes,
Yeah, I
you
can
can
get
put
there.
your feet. Yeah, of course.
can get
You
there.
And you
grab the
feel
bottom of your
and you
feet.
feel a little better too. The second you sit back in that chair, you're like, oh,
So
that
much
felt
better.
good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You just release the.
I
bunch of
stretch
your-
every single night before I go to bed. I've
then you
gotten
should be
Yeah.
more flexible.
it doesn't take. It doesn't take. Well, I'm probably better than I would be if I weren't
Yeah.
doing that. But it's surprisingly less cumulative than I would have hoped. In other words, like I have a sort of end of range, and I think I'd have to work a lot harder to increase that range of motion. But that's actually something I really want to start doing is like just I don't know, spending more time like doing mobility exercises. Because
Yeah.
like my shit is like getting real tight as I get older.
Yeah.
Everything's just tightening up.
Yeah.
And I don't like it, man. It's getting dry.
Yeah.
Well, we can all
Then
agree.
there's also strength, right? Like I've taken a dip in my strength training. You've stayed up with it and increased
Yeah.
upon it.
Yes, and the question is, walk around like being strong doesn't really matter.
I know.
Functional
Sometimes
strength.
I wonder.
Functional strength is good.
Functional
Like
strength.
I was at the beach in Florida, and there was a guy who was like really muscular, right, but also fat in a way.
Yeah.
Like that look where he like had giant belly, but he was also ripped, and I was like,
He hasn't started cutting yet.
He's in the
yeah,
he's
and
he's
I don't
loading.
know, and I
He's
couldn't
loading.
tell. I was like, is he in good health or is he in bad health? That's
I don't think it's.
and maybe it's specific to his personal body. Like, isn't that part of it too? Where it's like
Sure.
somebody's body wants to be big, and him.
But I think it's. I
at, like
think it's.
rail thin is like maybe not good for that guy.
Yeah,
I
he may
don't know.
have a certain natural proclivity towards size that some of us.
They saying there's like a certain kind of fat that's healthy to have too, like it's got a term like gray fat or brown fat or
brown fat.
is it brown fat? It's
I
the
don't
fat
think-
around your organs.
But that's what you don't. I think that's what you don't.
That's
want.
what you don't want.
I think
There's a
that's-
good fat that they're realizing.
Is there?
I
That
think
they're
so.
realizing.
That they're realizing.
We definitely need doctors.
Well, yeah.
Any doctor, any doctor from
Yeah.
any part of town
yeah. Yeah.
is going to
Yeah.
be better than us.
Tell you what, my joints are getting bad, man. Like doing like pull-ups, the muscles feel fine, but the elbows, man, like
Oh, your elbows are bugging you?
not only if I'm pulling my body mass up and down over and over and over again.
What's giving you problems physically? What are you feeling these days? When you work out, is there something that's giving you problems, or is a sport that you play where you're like, God damn, this knee or whatever?
I don't have any of those lingering issues, but I think it's because I was never an athlete and never did any of
you
those
didn't-
things. So, like all my
How
friends,
frequently are you doing the ice bath things? What's it called?
yeah, the cold plunge.
The cold plunge.
Yeah,
You
I
still
try to do
doing
that 3 times a week. Oh yeah.
So that could be a part of that. That could be keeping
Yeah.
your inflammation
God
weighed
bless.
out, man.
Also genetics. Like my dad still runs 5 miles a day
God
and
bless.
has never had
Yeah.
any problems with
Could
his
be
knees
part of
or
it.
ankles. We're small people. That's helpful. Like I think
Yeah, it
carrying
does.
around large amounts of weight is not
Gravity's not
great.
pulling on you as hard.
Being a really big person has its benefits. Certainly, like I think people in society will take you more seriously at first, and there are certain benefits, right, to being
Sure.
a great big tall guy. But man, I was on a little plane from Dallas to Destin, Florida. Like one of those American ones that have the 2 seats and the one on the other.
Mm.
And I went to the bathroom, and my head was touching the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the hell is a large guy getting in this place?
Yeah.
They hunch.
They got
That's
a
what,
hunch. They
like,
got a hunch
tall
down.
people
Oh, man.
like I've had to work always on pulling my shoulders back and my posture because
Yeah.
I got tall really early when I was younger, and
And you didn't like
I
it.
didn't like it, and especially because the guys hadn't
So
caught
you
up yet.
hunched.
So I was like, make me smaller. It was curling my body in all the time, so I have to work on that.
Well, what happens if one of us finds out that we have brain cancer?
That's the fear, right? The
Why is
poking
that the
around in
fear?
there.
That's the good thing.
Oh,
You don't
wanna-
want to know.
rather
You don't
not
want to
know.
know.
You don't want to know.
Nah.
Okay, that's actually fascinating, and I think there's a part of you that really is joking, and a part of you that really feels
No,
that way. I know lots of people who truly believe that.
Yeah, no, I do want to know.
educated
Like,
people.
if I have a freckle that's cancerous, yeah, go ahead and chop that off. If I have a brain tumor and I got like a month to live, one way or the other, then I'm like, I'd rather just be like,
Well, somebody was telling me a fascinating story yesterday. This is completely and totally anecdotal, I admit, but they were saying that they were reading about something that happened, some story where a doctor mixed up 2 patients' charts, just completely mixed them up. Told one of his patients who was in perfectly good health that they only had 6 months to live according to their chart. Told the other person who had 6 months to live that they were in great health and they had no problems. And the fucking guy, apparently, who was told that they had 6 months to live, who was in perfect health, died in 6 months. And the other guy fucking lived.
Now that's a great story, and it's like
Isn't that
such
great?
It's such a
No, let's stop there.
it's
It's a
like
great
such
story.
a wonderful
You heard it
internet
here.
parable.
It's a
That's
great
such bullshit.
story. You heard it here.
how long you want to live? How
Yeah, what do you guys think you're
how
gonna
old
die?
do you want to be when you? when you
Rob's not entirely
I'm
convinced.
not
he's
100% sure.
About
That could be the
when?
first one.
We've talked about.
You don't
this
think you're
before.
gonna die?
There's a chance.
He's not 100%
I'm not
sure he
100%
is going
sure.
to.
You wanna-
But
you wanna
but
put a-
this
you wanna
this
put a
this
bet on it?
corporeal plane will cease to exist.
Yeah, the meat puppet.
The meat puppet will cease to
Yeah,
exist,
yeah.
but I will upload my consciousness into some sort of.
Oh, so you're going to keep the worst part?
Yeah, you're going to
When do we
upload
plug it
yourself
in?
into a sentient computer being.
Yeah.
Whose body it doesn't need a bunch of pills, just needs an oiling every once in a while, like an application of some sort of a lubricating thing, possibly some sort of a power source. And beyond that, you'll live forever inside the body of an android.
Who knows that I need a body at all? Maybe I just exist in a mainframe.
Well, we're making the planet completely inhospitable to this corporeal form.
Yeah.
And eventually we will.
We got to go digital.
We're going to have to go. We're going to have to basically
Get out of these analog meat sleeves.
Yeah. Do you think that we will just end up living our consciousnesses will just end up existing in the metaverse?
I don't know. I think that'd be sweet.
Don't you want to be done? Don't you want to just come to an end eventually and be done?
I feel like I'm just getting started.
Oh, really?
No, buddy, you peaked.
Buddy, yeah, you peaked.
You're coming to the end. You're coming to the end.
And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
If you guys don't know BetterHelp, it's a great alternative to traditional in-office therapy because it's convenient, it's accessible, it's affordable, and perhaps best of all, it's entirely online.
Yeah, that's right. No, you can get matched with a therapist after filling out a very brief survey.
We do love a good survey.
Oh, we love our surveys here on the Always Sunny podcast. And this one will help match you with the right person for whatever it is you want to talk about.
Yep. Plus, say you don't get matched with the right person.
Yeah, what happens if you don't get matched with the right person?
You want to switch therapists? Guess what? You can at any time.
Yeah, it's obviously very important to find the right person when you're looking for therapy. And I know when I used BetterHelp, they just helped me become a better problem solver, which made it easier for me to stay on track and accomplish my goals.
So when you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. It's just that easy, right?
Yep. You got to visit betterhelp.com/sunny today to get 10% off your first month.
Yeah, and just to be clear, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/sunny.
And it's looking good.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
And he's looking great. We should consider Dr. Kipper.
He's the best.
Do you have a doctor
I
that
have a
you would
doctor,
like
yes.
to pitch?
I think he's great. He's probably just like middle of the road, very, very Western, but very up to date on, again, all of the data that he uses. Whenever he references things, it's all like very buttoned up medical papers and whatnot.
Is this the guy that gave us the B12 shots at one time?
No, that's a guy. Well, what's great about him, so he's one of the Hollywood doctors who comes around and gives us physicals for the creeps and listeners who don't know this. Every time you run a new season of a show, the insurance company makes you get physicals. And what they'll do to just save time is they'll send a doctor to the office or the stage and they'll just give you a physical.
Those people are
amazing.
Unbelievable.
So we found a really great one. And at one point somebody asked for a B12 shot because it was really like in the height of cold and flu season, pre-COVID. And he shows up with a whole canister full, and he goes, "I'm just FYI, these are bullshit." And he's like, "There's no science to prove that these work, but if you believe that they do, and you want me to, there's no downside."
Well, now
to
I
it.
don't.
There's no downside to it.
Thanks a lot, doctor.
If you want to take it, I'm happy to give it to you, but I have to tell you that there is no science to suggest that these actually work.
Well, isn't there?
And everybody said, "Load me up, doc."
Yeah, come on, hit me. Isn't there
Well, we're
some?
here. You're here.
Well, you're here, and it looks exciting. Something cool could happen. Might get a little high.
What if we did this? This might be a lot of extra work, but if we had each individual doctor analyze the results themselves, and then we see the difference in doctors.
Oh,
sure.
Now that's interesting. So basically, we get the results and we give them to all the doctors.
And we say to them, "Look, we know you're busy like saving lives and stuff, but we got a podcast we got to do.
But take time out of your extraordinarily busy
Exactly.
life-saving schedules.
Now, we are in Hollywood,
This is what I mean.
and doctors enjoy spreading the message,
Yeah.
right, of health. Maybe they'd be into it.
They'll probably also bill us for the
Yeah,
time.
they'll
So
bill
that's
us.
Absolutely.
Still goes, as they should.
Yeah, sure. They're
As they
providing a
should.
service, aren't they?
That would be fun, and then we could have the doctors on.
I don't know if my guy. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
we could have them on not together
Because they might fight
because they might fight. But
for
one-
their own
one
and
at
our
a
own
time.
safety.
Now that would be amazing. Our three doctors all sitting in these chairs right here,
Arguing
arguing about the
Arguing.
results.
yelling over each other so no one can understand.
If we
don't
could
think-
make that happen, that would be amazing.
They probably would have a very calm and collected conversation
Yeah.
where they,
And guess what? It'll be
on the
fucking
whole,
boring.
probably agree with it. It would be boring because doctors aren't entertainers.
I don't think it would be boring to me. I'll say that because I find this stuff fascinating.
Well, we could see if it was boring, and if it was, we could
Cut that.
cut
cut,
it.
cut,
Yeah.
cut, cut,
Or
cut,
we
cut.
could add sound effects or cool things to jazz it up. You know, when you like slow down a frame, it's like, I think your numbers are high, or high, or high, or
Yeah,
you know, all
stuff
those,
like that, yeah.
all those kind of things to keep
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kids
just-
engaged.
We'll have the little sound effects board, you know? I mean, that's
Well, we
how you
should
make
come up with a definitely like a top 10 list. Top 10.
Top
most,
10.
Most important things. Like we can agree on things like that are just simply objective, right? Blood pressure, cholesterol,
heart rate.
testosterone levels.
Well, it's good that we're all advocating for our doctors because that means that we're all feeling pretty confident about the doctors that we're going to see. So I'd call that a win overall.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know? If I wasn't advocating for my doctor and I was leaning towards yours, then I'd probably want to switch doctors.
So medicine, basically a good thing, right? You guys have fallen on the side. of
Pro-medicine.
I'm pro
pro-medicine,
medicine.
yeah.
I'm also pro preventative care. It is
I
fascinating.
am as well, and I'm also pro. Even though I lean towards traditional Western medicine, I'm like, but also look into the other stuff too, because I do think, and I have seen examples where it's worked. You know,
Yeah.
Have you done acupuncture before?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't do much for me, but the guy that I went to for acupuncture did cure my son of this crazy rash thing he was having when he was 2.
Wow.
Where his pediatrician had no clue how to treat it, and then we went to a dermatologist and they didn't know, and this guy gave him a bunch of herbs to sort of heal his gut, and the rash went away.
Wow.
Incredible.
So yeah,
Wow.
so I've seen it
Whatever
happen.
Seen it
works.
all, baby.
Whatever works.
I have seen it all. I have not seen it all, nor do I want to see it all. You know what I mean? From a medical sense, no thank you. No, thank you. I don't want to see it all.
Well, they're going to see it all on Friday. They're going to see everything inside me. And I could bring that in if you'd like the video footage.
Want to see deep inside your butthole?
I need
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
go. Can I come along? I need to get a camera up there and see what's what. You know,
What are you saying? You want to join?
You could just make it a 2-shot.
Yeah.
Right?
2-shot. Well, we
Get in
have
for coverage.
Can you get us in a 3?
Glenn. We have the same proctologist. I've been going to your guy,
Oh yeah, we got the same butthole guy.
and we got the same butthole guy, and he says it's time to go get.
That's what he's
go get it
been.
looked
He's
at.
been to every
Yeah.
time I go see him. He's like,
When are you getting that?
When are you doing it?
colonoscopy? Yeah, I know.
How often are you going to see a proctologist without getting a
oh,
colonoscopy?
I mean, not that often. I'm just saying every time I do. So many women out there fantasizing about us, and here we are talking about our buttholes and our butthole doctors. Cut that.
Women fantasizing about us.
Absolutely. Come on.
No,
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm going all salt and pepper. You know, I'm
no, man.
I'm turning into a silver fox. That's my mindset, at
That's
least.
your self-talk.
Why are you going so gray? Could it be your health?
Could be your age.
I don't know if that's. I don't know if that's related to health.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
just
related to
genetics.
hair.
It's just genetics. I still got all my hair though, so that's good. Yeah, most of it.
Well, you cut most of it off. But
I did. I just
Cut
mean
most of it,
I
but
was.
it's
I
coming
it
back.
was. You know, of course, there is that small part of you that. You know, you're like, I know this doesn't make any sense, but what if it doesn't come back? You know?
Well, you'll find another doctor in Hollywood and in Beverly
He'll put it
Hills,
back.
and he'll put
And
it
put
back.
some hair in your head.
yeah.
I did read a thing talk about on the comments where someone said that we all have hair plugs.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, we do?
We're getting. Oh,
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of comments about how like we're.
I'm like, man,
hair's
if
fake
I had
and-
plugs, you'd think I would get a much better head.
I know.
Yeah,
What the
I would
fuck?
get like
I would have the. I'd
I'd be fucking Teen Wolf, man. I'd come down to here and fucking.
and the work done. People being like, oh, they've had a lot of work done.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
on their face.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fantastic.
buddy, if this is work done, I need my money back.
know.
You
Yeah,
know?
give me my money back.
Give me my fucking money back, man.
Yeah,
Whatever. People
No, but
want
I
to
mean,
think what they think.
but I do take a lot of supplements that are supposed to help with like good skin and hair and all that kind of shit. So
yeah.
you know,
I think
maybe it's working. I don't think we don't look like we've had plastic surgery. What the fuck are people talking about? They're joking, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
People just like to rile
Yeah,
you
they
up.
like to talk
They want to
shit.
rile you up.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not going to let them get to me. I'm a blade of grass, baby. We've established that.
Butt health, blood health.
Brain. But how do we get into brain health? How do we get it? That's probably the most important health there is.
Mental health.
Mental health.
But
How do we
try to find a
determine
therapist that
that?
would come in and be like, well, you're fucked up. You're not so bad.
Yeah. How
You're
do
a
you
lost
determine
cause. Like,
that?
we're not going to
pretty-
get anybody. God, I wish we could find somebody who would do that.
Yeah, just break us down.
Yes, I would do that. That'd be fun.
Like, I wonder if there is is there like a quick sort of like, you know what I'm saying? Like a set of questions that helps someone determine your sort of baseline mental health?
Should we ask the audience
thing?
what they want us to do? Talk to a therapist.
Yeah, let's
see
find out.
see everything, just the blood work. What do they want?
What do they
What do
want?
you,
'Cause
what
I'll
do
give
you,
it
what
to
do you
them.
want from us? You want to see our outside? You want to see our insides? You want to get inside our heads here?
Yeah.
You want it all, man.
Yeah, of course they want it all. Fucking blood-sucking sons of bitches. We are supported by Athletic Greens.
I can't start my day without it. I cannot.
It feels like that.
No, I can't do it.
You know what? I'm actually coming to terms with the fact that I never will not take AG1 every morning.
Were you addicted to it?
Are we addicted to AG1?
Oh, no. We're just very fond of it because it contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial frickin' anything, and it's still it tastes so good.
We could stop taking it at any point in time, but we don't want to because our bodies want to feel like superheroes.
To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/sunny.
Okay, so go to athleticgreens.com/sunny and take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Guys, let's talk about sex, baby. Sex should be the best part of your day when you get to have it.
That's right. And sex is all about confidence, right, fellas?
Yeah, look, the chewables from BlueChew.com make sure you're able to perform your best when and if that time arises.
It's an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form.
Man, gone are the oppressive days of boner pills that you had to swallow.
Plus, BlueChew is a fraction of the cost of those other products, so you can get more bang for your buck, literally.
And because BlueChew is an online prescription service, there are no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. It ships right to your door in a discreet package.
And here's a special deal for our listeners, okay? Try BlueChew free when you use the promo code SUNNY. So you're like, oh, I might buy this. No, you're going to get it free if you use the promo code SUNNY at checkout, and you just pay for $5 shipping. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, that's BlueChew.com, promo code SUNNY to receive your first month for free.
And now we jump forward 2 weeks later. Just for all the creeps and listeners out there, I'd like to introduce what we're doing today, which is we are getting our blood drawn for these tests that we were talking about to compare all of our numbers. We have Amy here, who is our phlebotomist. I've already mispronounced it, phlebotomist. And she'll be taking all of our blood. Now, we're not doing urine or feces. We are not. Are we? Are you prepared for that?
I just peed.
I just peed
Oh,
too.
you were planning on taking. I didn't know
That's
that.
okay.
It's urine.
Okay.
Okay.
I could
Well,
probably work
it's
that
not
out.
yet, but
I
here we
should
go.
just pour my coffee into it because it's going to be the same thing.
Same, yeah, same here.
Okay, great.
But no feces.
We could skip
No
that. Yeah, I'm
feces.
sure we could.
Great.
We can skip that part.
Amy, what happens if they refuse to fill out this health questionnaire?
I can't force them.
Okay. Well, there you go.
But see, now that makes me want to answer it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Rob on. I'm leaning towards Rob here. Because I'm curious to know what the answers are purely based on the numbers and the.
Well, okay, so for example, number 17, how often do you use your cell phone while driving, excluding hands-free usage? It's an overall health
Yes.
and
Risk
assessment. And it's very easy for one of us.
Wait, it's a health risk
They
assessment?
don't have a question on
I
here,
see.
though, is do you work with 3 men who refuse to do anything that you ask them to do? And does
Right.
it
Well,
cause you
which
stress
can
on a
damage your
daily
health.
basis?
That could damage your health.
That would potentially raise your blood pressure,
That's
which
right.
is a metric that you could
Yeah.
test.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
test
I
for
will
it.
say that the questions are too anecdotal, right? They're not scientific enough, right? So like, this is your concern, right? That's like,
nobody can tell me what to do. It's my phlebotomy.
okay, right? Like,
All right, it's time to draw our blood.
Now, can I ask a question of you guys? Knowing that we were getting our blood drawn today, did anybody clean up their act at all?
I
No, as
thought
a matter of
about
fact,
it, and
I
then
did the
I
opposite.
decided
I've
I
been doing
decided
the
not to. I was like, let's just be
not
honest
in the
and fair.
slightest.
No.
way.
No, not
Like,
the slightest.
But I also learned something about myself, and maybe you're keying in on this right here, Glenn. I actually went the opposite direction, and I think it's because at first I thought, well, maybe I'll clean up for it. Then I decided, no, I won't do that. I want to be honest.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I went too honest.
The opposite direction.
I went
That's
the
what happened to me.
opposite. I started drinking more and exercising less.
Yeah.
Great.
You
Okay.
guys
So I
are going
guess
to be
we'll see.
I'm
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm,
so much of it is genetics too. Like just, so much of it also is like, what's your gut biome doing versus
Yeah.
what's my gut
It's
biome?
getting bigger.
Are we checking your? Are we
We're
checking
controlled
tendon?
completely by the bacteria in our stomach. You realize that, right? That's
Sure.
what science is
Maybe
telling
you,
us now.
bitch. Sure.
See, that's the bacteria talking. You love me. The bacteria.
Bacteria's
Surely.
like,
Don't let him know we're in charge.
Well, our phlebotomist, I can't say that, nurse. Can I call you nurse? Because I can pronounce that word. No?
Phlebotomist.
Yeah. Hey,
So
listen.
sorry.
It's okay.
Amy, is also mic'd, so you guys can ask her questions if you have any about this blood draw.
Okay.
Knowing that we will also have
Now, okay,
a doctor
okay, I
coming
have a
on to
question. I have a
analyze
question.
the- Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
raised your hand first. You can go ahead. Brian.
No.
You
I'm
had
just
his hand
excited.
first.
I'm excited.
He has his hand up.
I'm a little confused. Most of the time when I get a blood draw, I have to come in fasting. I actually haven't eaten today, but I have had but I feel like my blood pressure is going to be higher or whatever is the metric for this because I had coffee
And that'll
but no
affect
food.
That'll affect your cholesterol, right? Whether you've fasted or not.
Yeah.
Correct. It will. It won't. But from what the way they've been doing it lately, we've been seeing a lot of doctors making orders without requiring fasting. So it's I guess showing that it's not really making too much of a difference. But whether you're fasting or not, I would always recommend to fast. Of course, if they do a lipid panel, which is what he said, your cholesterol, it can raise it up. But
Well, what about if I've not just fasted, but I've had coffee, like just black coffee?
You're good.
That won't affect any of this numbers on anything?
The difference with fasting and nothing by mouth is when you're fasting, okay, you can't have no food or anything like that. You can have all the water you want. You can have coffee, tea, no cream, no sugar, no additives into it. Nothing by mouth is exactly what it is, just nothing by mouth.
So is my score going to be affected, would you say, in a positive way for having being fasted? Or
I think you would get a more accurate result.
I think what we're looking for is, and I think we can all agree that it's going to happen no matter what, there's going to be an asterisk at the end of this.
Absolutely.
We're all looking and this is what's great. If it works out and we feel great about the number, then it was all...
It was all done perfectly right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then if it's not, then we can just throw an asterisk up there and say it's all flawed. Okay,
100%.
Great. Now, I just had a colonoscopy.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I actually enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. It was really easy.
That's interesting.
It was really fun. They made it really fun.
Really?
But will the propofol that might still be coursing through my system, will that affect my blood?
How long ago did you do it?
4 hours ago.
Wait.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was.
Well, you can do it. You can do it like first thing in the morning.
No, you did it like 48 hours ago, right?
And get to work.
Yeah. It was a couple days ago. It was on Monday. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
I feel great. I think we should just watch the needle go in. I have a weird thing.
I don't like to look at it.
I can't look at it.
I can't look at it either.
I enjoy. This is very strange. If I see it on a movie or a television show, I have to look away. But I enjoy watching the needle go into my own.
Well, that's funny. I don't like it
You
in
like
either.
things going in your arm and up your butt. You're like, you just like to be probed.
Yeah, like to be probed. Stick it in.
Yeah, you like to be
Aliens
penetrated.
would fucking hate you. You fucking love everything.
He's enjoying this, and I can't enjoy it. And
I
he's
can't get
enjoying
off.
it.
This
I don't
one
like
likes
How
it
do
too
I get
much.
off?
Get rid of him.
Is he a robot?
You might have saved our species. Like they might have been like, they're getting too much pleasure from this.
They're learning to enjoy
It's
this.
not worth our time.
I gotta be able to get in there.
Okay.
some
So
way,
can you
somehow.
come around a year or? I can move the microphone.
We can move
Are we,
all this
are we having to do one of us at a time, or are you going to stick us all? And no, you got to do one at a time.
Gotta
of
do
course.
one
yeah,
at a
yeah,
time.
Yeah, one at a time. Must be safe.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Actually, I mean, it does help the vein pop, right? To squeeze something, doesn't it? I don't know. My
Let it hang
phlebotomist always
down
gives me a
even.
little one of those stress balls.
Do you have a dedicated phlebotomist?
Well, when I go to the doctor and get
Oh,
my
I see.
blood drawn, yeah. The phlebotomist at the
Got it.
doctor's office.
Stop saying phlebotomist.
Now, phlebotomy, as I suspected,
And you, yeah.
is also from the Greek
yes,
words.
that's right.
Flojo.
Phleps meaning vein, and tome meaning a cutting.
Cutting.
Right before I gotta go.
Vein cutting.
Vein
Yeah.
cutting.
Now, these are the panels you guys chose. So
Yes, I like. There's a
didn't
lot
choose
of them. Look
anything.
at how many there are.
Someone who chose these?
These are great.
We chose them in conjunction with our doctor, Dr. Kipper.
Dr. Kipper.
Oh, Kipper. Kipper sent me a really funny text. He's like, I've already decided that you're the healthiest.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stand slowly here.
Yeah, be careful.
watch your cord.
I'm
Yeah.
getting so hungry, and I'd
don't
rather
fall
just stay
over.
fasted since. Is that the first time you've ever heard someone saying it's my phlebotomy?
It is the first time.
That's
Yes. I
I wonder if
appreciate
people
it.
have thought it. Probably not, because it's ridiculous.
When I first
I
started
wanted to
doing
have it.
phlebotomy, one of my patients, I was brand new, and I had just stuck the needle in, so the bevel of it was just right at the tip there, but not all the way in. Oh, God. And it just hit it enough to where the blood just shot a straight stream straight up in the air.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and the patient was looking the other way, and I was like,
Oh, God. Nothing.
exactly,
Big like splatter, blood splatter all on your face.
exactly.
Okay, can you make that happen on purpose?
No, I can't.
A lot of freaks out there. It's inserted.
Inserted.
All done.
Great, thank you. And then we just gotta pee into cups.
Pee in the cups, stand on the scale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll take a pee cup. You got one?
Oh, yes.
And now she'll take our blood pressure.
Please remain seated and refrain from talking during measurement.
Fuck you. Tell me what to do.
This one I like because I can say it's not me. It's not me. I'm not doing it.
Your blood pressure is abnormal.
What did it say? What did it say?
Abnormal. My blood pressure
Please
is.
see doctor immediately.
Who's going next? You want to go next?
Yeah.
Your blood pressure is abnormal.
Yeah.
You want to do me?
Okay.
All right.
Your blood pressure is abnormal.
Oh, we all have abnormal.
I don't trust this mother.
I don't know about this
You
machine,
guys are all
man.
stressed out.
I don't know about this
I'll let you
machine.
know if the machine works right after me.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Your blood pressure is abnormal.
It looks good to me. I don't know why it
Abnormal,
means abnormal. That's pretty good.
You're abnormal, motherfucker. You
My
heard
blood
it.
pressure is 159/78.
That's pretty good.
That's abnormally good.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Okay, well, we've given all our fluids. So
We've given almost every one of our fluids to
We
Amy.
filled the blood bucket.
Yes.
Yeah.
thank you for coming, Amy. And can you tell us the name of your company that you're working for?
Absolutely. I am with National Phlebotomy Provider Network.
Nice.
Owner is Nathan Cron, and we really appreciate you guys choosing us to come and do this for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Awesome.
very
Thank you,
much.
Amy.
Thank you.
All right, we can't wait for the results.
To be continued next week when the doctor is in.
Can I propose I don't know what your format is, but
We don't have
initially
a
This is it. It's chaos.
And we have the results.
We thought like, oh, this would be a good opportunity to find out if any of us are headed towards heart attack country, and get our blood taken and find out what's going on inside of our bodies, and but most importantly, to find out who's the healthiest. So this is a competition,
Yes.
and I'm just hoping that you're not biased towards Charlie because he's your patient.
Tune in next Monday for part 2, where we'll find out who's more healthier.